Lyles and Thompson keep a pace in World Championship heats. Tokyo, September 13th. Reuters. Noah Lyles and Thompson, who were divided by 0.005 of a second in last year's Olympic 100 meters final, were even closer on Saturday, albeit in separate heats, as they both clocked 9.95 seconds in the first round of the World Championships. Lyles nicked it on the line in Paris and, after a belated start to the season due to an ankle injury, is running into form at just the right time as he seeks to retain his world title. The American was sharp out of the blocks and, needing the racing in his legs, ran hard through the line, whereas Thompson eased down early. "I had a great start today, but I had even better ones at practice," said Lyles, who almost always has to play catch-up in the big races. "It's great to be back in Tokyo. It's way better than last time," said Lyles, who took bronze over 200 m in the COVID-delayed 2020 Games held without fans. "It was a bit echoing back then, and this time there's all the atmosphere, whistles and children cheering for me. This is the best form I have ever been in my life. I am bringing special things here. Running 9.95 in the first round is exactly what I wanted to warm up my body." Thompson's 9.75 seconds this season was the fastest 100 by anyone for 10 years, and he is desperate to get Jamaica back on the top step for the first time since the last of Usain Bolt's titles in 2015. Compatriot Seville, fifth fastest in the world this season, had an absolute shocker as he was left for dead in the blocks and had to work desperately hard to grab his heat's third automatic qualifying slot in 9.93. His heat was won by South African Gift Liatella in a huge personal best of 9.87, with Nigeria's Kayensela Ajayi also posting a PB of 9.88 to go through in second. American Kenny Bednarik, second in the world rankings this season, with 9.79, probably took the honors for the earliest ease up as he started cruising from about halfway and clocked 10.01 following a somewhat stressful preparation after he left his favorite spikes at home. "I'm just a clumsy dude. I'm the type of athlete that will always leave something at the track or forget something back home," he said. "Friends and family helped me out." Letzel Tebogo, Botswana's Olympic 200 m champion and 100 silver medalist in the World 100 m 2 years ago, also took a relaxed approach to win his heat in 10.07, with Tokyo 2020 Olympic 200 m winner André de Grasse also advancing. Italy's Lamont Marcel Jacobs, who has been dogged by injury since his shock 100-meter gold in the same stadium 3 years ago, dug out a season's best of 10.20 to scrape through in third in his heat. The semifinals and final will both take place in Sunday's evening session. The sun burned low over the Grand Stadium in Budapest, spilling molten gold across the track as the preliminary heats of the World Championships reached their crescendo. The scent of fresh rubber, sweat, and anticipation mingled in the air, thick enough to taste. In Heat 4 of the men's 200 meters, two figures crouched side by side in lanes 5 and 6, their muscles coiled tight as bowstrings, the silence before the gun heavy with narrative tension. Noah Lyles, already a titan in sprinting, with a strut that borders on swagger and a belief system bordering on prophecy. Beside him, emerging star Jaron Thompson, younger, leaner, quieter, but hungry. Very hungry. The kind of hunger that doesn't just chase records. It devours legacies. Lanes of destiny. Track and field is often a game of milliseconds, but in this heat, it was a game of statement. Lyles didn't need to prove anything. Already world champion. Already clocked 19.31 in Eugene. But every race, he said, was another verse in the song of my supremacy. Thompson, on the other hand, came in as an outsider to many, except to those who really paid attention. Coaches, analysts. The kid had gone sub-20 already this season, and he did it with the kind of effortless form that makes even science envious. They didn't talk to each other on the starting line. No need. Their spikes would do the talking. The track was their battlefield, and 200 meters of red lane their script. Set. Bang. Phase 1, the curve. The 200 meters is a game of geometry. The curve eats fools. It tests rhythm, control, and courage. Lyles burst out like thunder bottled in a man's frame, his start more composed than explosive, like a god pacing himself before the lightning strike. Thompson, by contrast, attacked the curve like a lion chasing prey. All power, low hips, slicing steps. He made up the stagger on lane 7 in the blink of an eye. The crowd noticed. Even from 60 meters away, you could hear the shift in tone from ambient roar to electric pulse. Something was happening. Phase 2, the straightaway. As they hit the home stretch, it became a two-man race. Lyles, now upright, hit top gear. His arms drove like pistons. Face relaxed, every sinew screaming speed. He wasn't even looking at Thompson. He was looking through him, into the future, into that final where records either fall or laugh in your face. Thompson was right there, half a stride back, but not falling behind. Not today. His form held. His cadence didn't crumble. He didn't break. Not even when Lyles tried to surge. In the stands, people were standing now. Not because it was a final, this was only a heat, but because they knew they were watching something special. The finish, time, and implication. Lyles crossed the line in 19.92. Thompson, 19.95. Two men under 20 in a heat. Just a warm-up lap, and yet faster than most finals in history. They didn't celebrate. They nodded. Not to each other. To the sport. Because they knew what they'd done. And more importantly, what was coming. Behind the numbers. After the race, Lyles faced the media storm with his usual bravado. Just sharpening the blade, he said, sweat beading on his temple, gold chain bouncing on his chest. This ain't even close to my top speed. That was just a heartbeat. A journalist asked if he noticed Thompson's performance. Lyles smirked. I notice everything. He's good, but he's not me. Across the tunnel, Thompson wrapped a flag over his shoulders, not out of victory, but warmth. It was cold in that shadow world beneath the stadium, the place where runners wait and ghosts whisper. When asked about Lyles, he didn't bite. I run my race, Thompson said. Respect to Lyles, but we're all just getting started. Collision course. Track stories aren't just about speed, they're about timing. And everything about this season has felt like the slow build-up to a climax worthy of Greek tragedy. Lyles, defending champion. America's golden sprinter. The showman with substance. Thompson, the new fire. Not flashy, but deadly. The kind of runner who doesn't chase the limelight, he eclipses it. As the heats concluded, and both safely progressed to the semifinals, murmurs echoed louder. Could Thompson challenge Lyles? Was this the moment we look back on and say, this was where the guard changed?